said, this is a forgotten film, don't forget.
Forgot what?
Exactly.
What'd I forget?
We already forgot the film. I don't even remember. Cherry 2000, I think it's called.
Cherry 2000.
This is something that we were asked and requested to review.
Exactly. And we actually have a list of movies to review for this Forgotten Film series. And I gotta tell you, Vince, I think it's kind of fun because, I mean, we are bringing you guys our forgotten films, and now you guys are bringing your forgotten films to us, and I've never heard of any of these movies that you've mentioned to us, so I think it's a win-win all the way around.
Well, except for this one. I've heard of it. I've even seen pictures of it. But I don't remember seeing the movie ever. I don't think I ever saw this movie until now.
Yeah, I've never heard of the film until a person wanted us to review it. I thought it sounded like a car race film or something, like Death Race 2000. That's sort of what I thought it was going to be.
Well, I don't know if it was going to be a death race kind of thing, but I kind of figured it was going to be a car.
It's sort of like a Cannonball Run or Smoking the Bandit or something. That's what I was thinking about when they said Cherry 2000.
Was, like I said, I've seen pictures of it in things, like magazines. Starlog magazine, remember them?
Oh yeah, I remember Starlog.
Starlog and Fangoria. They used to have pictures of Melanie Griffith in Cherry 2000. Show her with all these guns and stuff, and in this apoptolyptic.
The who? The what? The Papa what?
Apoptolyptic.
Oh yeah, I remember that. The Papa licking. Okay.
Apoptolicking.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. Sums up this film, the Papa Lickin' movie.
Apocalyptic.
Papa Lickin'.
The Papa Lickin' 2000. That would have been a better title. It would have made more sense.
This Mad Max world. It's supposed to be like this Mad Max kind of thing where, it's post-apocalyptic.
Okay, don't hurt yourself.
Close. You're almost there, Vince. You're real close.
She's got all these guns and everything, and she's kind of like this Mad Max character. And that's the pictures I've always seen of it.
But yeah, I've never heard of the film, so it was kind of fun. Like I said, this is a fun series because I enjoy watching films I don't know anything about. And these are films that these people have seen that, like Angel, for me, this is sort of the films for them. They're like, oh, they really enjoyed it, or they saw it and they remembered it, and now we're bringing it to you guys. So, as Vince explained, this is about sex robots.
No, we were talking about cars and apocalyptic.
Oh, I thought that's what you were talking about.
This is going to be fun.
Well, this is about sex robots. That's what this is about. It's not about cars or post-apocalyptic. Lipton.
Apocalyptic.
So this guy has a sex robot, and the sex robot is named Cherry 2000. And basically, he's starting to have sex with her in the beginning of the film, and I think it's his dishwasher or his sink overflows, and she short circuits.
She'll never run out on him. Just short out.
Yeah, can't seem to keep the water out of them.
But, I mean, you would think something, especially in the future, these things would be watertight, that they could go into pools or out in the rain, they just wouldn't short circuit. That seems like a big flaw for a sex robot.
This movie takes place in 2017. If you think about it, we still don't have necessarily flying cars or Pepsi Perfect or
sex robots.
I think there's certain people that might be sex robots.
Exactly. All right, so basically what happens, the robot blows up, and he wants another model, and it was kind of funny because they do show Robbie the robot and all these robots, and that was kind of a cool scene. I really like that. It was because he's like shopping for robots, and I guess Robbie the robot is a sex robot now?
That is correct, sir.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
What happened?
My alarm went off.
Welcome to Altair 4, gentlemen.
So this guy decides he's going to go out and try to find another Cherry 2000 because he doesn't want Robbie the robot as a sex robot, is basically what I gathered from the film.
It wasn't Gort in here too?
Gort. Latu. Barada. Nikto.
He was more streamlined, so he might make a better robot, than Robbie. Robbie's pretty rough around the edges.
That is correct, sir.
Well, Robbie's got all those little, instruments and stuff.
I am at your disposal with 187 other languages along with their various dialects and subtongues.
It's Robbie would be more of a what is that? A dominatrix?
That is correct, sir.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
I rarely use it myself, sir. It promotes rust.
If you want some good MS, there you go. Or no, not MS.
You mean S&M, not MS? What? Are you sure you're right, Dennis?
S&M. S&M.
Might give up. Might give up.
You might get MS if you did something with Robbie. I don't know. Okay, first of all, this whole review is just wrong. You realize that, right, Vince?
This is just nuts. I'm liking it already.
All right, so he decides he's going to go out and find a new sex bot, or Cherry 2000, because the desert is a very dangerous place, Vince. You don't want to go out there alone, so he has to get a tracker.
Then the adventure begins.
And I believe it was Section 7 or something like that he was going out to, or something weird like that,
Why don't you hire a tracker to go into Zone 7?
where the robots were.
Remember they got one of the original warehouses down there? Girls stacked in the shelves like pies.
Which is actually like Las Vegas.
Yeah, buried in the sand, yeah.
Yeah, so basically when this movie starts out, it starts out like a porno.
Yeah, it kind of, yeah, it does.
Right, so we'll say a dinner, complete sexual encounter, optional episode in the morning, right?
It's a porno without the porn. Without the actual porn part.
Or the post-apocalyptic.
And I say porno because, well, that's really what it is. They're looking for sex robots. Everything, especially at the beginning of this film, is sexual innuendo. He visits a town called Glory Hole.
I forgot about that. Yeah, it was like a bar or something, wasn't it, he went into?
No, it's the town.
Oh, the whole town was called the Glory Hole. Man, we need to go visit there and see what we can find, man.
We'll see the post-apocalyptic.
Maybe they got Robbie in the back room.
Yeah, but we don't want to get MS.
It's true. In a place like the Glory Hole, that's where you'd probably get that too.
That is correct, sir.
Yeah, I mean, they go to places like Glory Hole. Her last name's Johnson.
I'm looking for someone to go into Zone 7.
I'm E. Johnson.
Maybe they wanted to make a porno with this film, but they couldn't get that sort of budget, to actually hire a professional porno people. So they just kind of like, let's just make a movie out of it. Just take all the sex out of it.
So they hire Melanie Griffith instead.
Exactly.
You're not gonna find anybody better than me, mister. I'm not a machine.
I don't think she was that big of an actress back then, even.
Because eventually she went on and did Working Girl with Harrison Ford. I don't remember all of her movies, but that's the one that stands out, is Working Girl. She was married to Don Johnson, and I think she ended up being in one of his films.
Maybe that's where she just took the last name Johnson from.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, she could have been dating him at this time.
And you were saying that this took place in 2017. It was really funny because we watched it on New Year's Day on 2017. And we're like, oh, hey, I love films like this. Like, this is what 2017 is going to look like. Sex bots everywhere, Las Vegas buried out in the sand, glory hole towns. I'm just like, where is all this now?
Exactly. Where is all... None of that exists for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know why either. It should. I mean, I sort of enjoyed up to, like, the middle of the film, I guess, until he got hit in the head. There was a point where he went down the sewer system or something like that, and somebody had hit him in the head, and he wakes up in this sort of 1980s looking Star Wars sort of town, I guess it was what it was, and everybody's wearing bright pink and purple and everything. And I was watching with my wife, and I told her, he must be dreaming this. This can't be real.
I was kind of thinking that too. Like, where is this going now?
Yeah, but it was all real. It was 100% real.
I mean, it was all pristine and nice, and had this clean pool, and all these women are sitting around by the pool, and I think that's part of the problem with this film too, is that it like switches genres all the way through it. Like I was saying, it starts out like a porno, but then it goes into like a Western. Once he gets the glory hole, it turned into like a Western, and then it turned into this like like you were saying, like, is this a dream or what is this? And then all of a sudden it turns into this Mad Max type thing. It's like it didn't know, the movie didn't know what it wanted to be.
And I can say, the acting in this film wasn't that great, especially by the villain. The villain was really terrible, really, really bad.
We got a policy against trackers in these parts. I want you to chase those birds till they drop.
Actually, I think the worst actress in this movie is Melanie Griffith.
Maybe I can get in there and find this thing, but I need somebody riding shotgun in order to make it out in one piece.
I mean, she was bad. Now, I gotta tell you something, Vince. The woman with the sandwiches, she cracked me up through the whole film. She just, I don't know. Hey, you want some sandwiches? She's like walking around and was like, what is going on? Why is she giving people sandwiches the whole time?
Did I miss this? Because he wakes up, he's got this pink shirt on, and he looks over and she's like, oh, I'm going to make you a sandwich. And he's like, well, why don't you get it? I don't want anything to do with you. And I don't remember seeing that woman anywhere in the beginning of the film.
I don't know. I don't think so. But do you know who she reminded me of?
Who?
The woman that was in the beginning of Sleepaway Camp, the mother of the two kids.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she reminded me of her, without the sandwiches.
Well, I'm gathering that maybe she was like his earlier sex robot.
Was she a robot? I thought she was a person.
I don't know. They never made out whether she was a robot or a real person.
Well, well, I love watching old 80s films, and this was it was a weird, bizarre film, but I strangely somewhat enjoyed the film. I mean, I didn't like it as much as the Angel films, or at least the first one anyway. But it was just a weird, bizarre film from the 80s that I've never heard of because it was forgotten, apparently. You see where I went there, Vince? It was forgotten.
I see that, Dave.
You see that?
And yeah, it's a strange film. It's really weird. But at the same time, it's one of those very weird films like Angel. It's strange, but it's got kind of this underlining dark humor to it. And it was actually so stupid and so dumb and so bad that it was fun.
I think this actually had more sex than Angel did.
Or at least more innuendo about it.
Yeah, and Angel was about prostitutes and cowboys, and this was about robots and sex. So we're having a theme going on here, Vince.
What I don't understand is I can say the word innuendo, but for some reason I'm having a problem with post-apocalyptic.
Apocalyptic.
Yeah, that's because maybe you need to go out to Sector 7. That's what it is. They'll set you straight out there.
It goes into Zone 7.
You need to go to the glory hole, Vince.
Go to the glory hole and find me a tracker to get this sex robot.
If you think it's tough to meet the right people now, wait till you go looking for a Cherry 2000.
So you'll probably end up with Robbie.
I will get MS then.
That is correct, sir.
Well, you're going to get something. So, what are you going to give this film, Vince?
Like I said, it's one of those movies that's so strange and weird, and it's done badly, but it's so bad that it's nostalgic and kind of fun. I wouldn't call it a great film, though, so I would have to give the movie a 3 out of 5.
Yeah, I also had a lot of fun with it, and like you said, it was just one of those weird, strange films. It was one of those. It went all over the place, like you said, and there's some really hilarious stuff in there, and just bizarre stuff. And overall, I would probably have to give it myself a 2.5 out of 5.
Actually, I was kind of thinking that.
but you gave it the extra half for the glory hole.
I kind of like the schoolgirl girl.
Well, I'm sure you did, Vince. I really don't have nothing to say about it. I think we should end the review before you say anything else. Yeah, I think this review's over. Well, I hope you enjoyed this forgotten film. Oh my god. Yeah, we do have a list of the films, like I said, that you've given us, and we're going to try to get to them. The only problem is sometimes it's kind of hard to find these movies because they are forgotten. So unless we actually had to buy them off of, Amazon, or if we can't acquire them anywhere else, it might take us a while to get to those films that you want us to review. But we are going to review them. All the films that you've requested, we will get to them eventually. Somehow we will watch them. So we're going to do quite a lot of these this year, hopefully, because they're a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys like it. And if you have any movies, drop us a line either over on Facebook or put a link below, or just let us know if you have a film that no one's ever heard of or something that you enjoy. Let us know and we will review it for you, because that's what we do.
Once you find a movie that you want us to review, you got to hit that subscribe button down there. Hit that button, and then you can leave all kinds of comments, feedback, and tell us that we're morons if you want. Maybe you could spell post-apocalyptic for me.
Apocalyptic.